Hello guys, so it is long since I posted a video on this channel, and it's because I've been really held up. For the last 1.5 months I've been in Nairobi and baridi imekuwa inanisumbua sana. Okay, so Nairobi is extremely cold. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so as you can see here, I just parked my car along the road to mount my camera on top of the car so that I can record. And then now we are getting into Eldoret city, but then Google Map misled me, so I branched on this road. And then so a few kilometers ahead, I realized that that was not the right road, so I had to go around. I had to branch again to the left so that I can find my way around to the main road, which is the Eldoret Nakuru highway. So what is happening here is I was coming from home going back to Nairobi, and as I said, there are a lot of routes that I can use. I said there is, for example, Nairobi, Kericho, Kisumu, and Nairobi, Eldoret, Kericho. Okay, Nairobi, Nakuru, Kericho, Kisumu, Kakamega, and there are a lot of roads. And also you have this Kakamega, Eldoret, Nakuru, Nairobi, right? So this time round, I decided to pass to go using. So this time round, I decided to use the Kakamega, Eldoret, Nakuru, and Nairobi road. So that's when I decided to record when I go to Nakuru city. So Nakuru city is very developed. It's a highly developed city. It is because the Kalenjin people are not for long distance running, you know. So they earn a lot of gold medals there, and that is a lot of money. So that money, as opposed to Kikuyus who would invest anywhere, Kalenjin people, I don't think they are not. I don't know if they are not. They are Kalenjin, but they like investing in their own homes, right? So instead of a Kalenjin person going to invest in Nairobi, will prefer to invest in Eldoret. So they have really invested in Eldoret. That's why when you go through Eldoret city, you find that it is very developed. All right, so I continue with the video. Okay, now I'm heading to, now I'm still on that route, which is going back to the Nakuru, to the Eldoret Nakuru highway. So this is a long video. If you want to see the Nakuru city, you need to watch or forward this video to like, I think a half of it. That is where I recorded Nakuru city well, but just along this highway. I did not go into those other roads. So that is it. Thank you so much.